Cool. Really?
I don't want to, and again, you know, I'm going to be on the Klopp TV straight after this, so make sure that you lock into that. However, where do Liverpool finish now? We did our top 4 predictions, we did our relegation predictions as well. I mean, I'm not even going to answer this because, I'm saving it for my outburst and for the views, obviously. But Matisse, Neeks,
contractually,
I'll ask you 2 questions each. I'll ask you 2 questions each. All of you.
What's going on there? Contractual hype.
When you're the host, though, you just do what you want. Where do Liverpool finish? And is Klopp capable of the rebuild at Liverpool if there is to be one? Jesus. 2 questions each. Who wants to take the floor?
Liverpool, I'll give a short, simple answer. Liverpool will finish 9th. And I think they will comfortably take that. I don't even think that's the worst case scenario. I always say, if you're not going to finish in the Champions League, you're better off just finishing 9th. Because that way you get a clear run next year. You get an opportunity to just focus on rebuilding the 11. You don't have to worry about squad depth because we're playing midweek or whatever. No, let's just focus on the 11. So if you're talking about a rebuild, that's actually what Klopp needs.
But financially
Liverpool, what?
Liverpool
need the Champions League.
Go and sell that 20-30% you want to sell. Go and find a buyer. And that's how
economic
you get
levers.
Investment. Yes, those are the economic levers you pull. You've had this sustained period over the past 6 years. Capitalize on it. Now your name should be hot. You shouldn't be struggling to sell Liverpool FC with the heritage and the history that club's got.
Any big sales in there, Salah? I've seen links with him away.
Mate, there is... This summer, for me, is going to be the real test of... The second part of that question is Klopp capable of the rebuild? That's the part where I'm questioning. I was always very much a Klopp guy. I love Klopp.
Yeah.
The way... I've always said, if I was a player, that's the kind of manager I want to play. The man you want to run through a brick wall for. But the problem is his loyalty is almost costing him. His love and that affection he has for those players, is he able to cull that and get rid of them? Is he able to say, James Milner, thank you for your services, but after this summer, I no longer need you? Forget even
He's going to have to say
purposes.
that, though.
And that's where he needs to prove that he can do a rebuild.
Or is he going to say, bleep test, you've come first again, here's another 1 year deal?
Because Sir Alex Ferguson, which is, we're entering that territory of when you've done 7 years, I'm sorry, now you're talking Sir Alex time, innit? Because no manager does 7 years. Wenger, Sir Alex, obviously Pep's been there a long time. Once you get to that 6-7 year mark, we're like, can you do a dynasty now? Can you do like 10 years, 15 years?
Because now it's not just like...
He said he wants to do another 10. I think he said,
And I think
you got to be
he's
ruthless.
capable, but that's the thing. You have to be ruthless. So this summer, I want to see how ruthless he is. Guys like Hendo, guys like Virgil, like... The way you don't push Virgil out by saying, "Oh, Virgil, you're dropped." No, you keep Virgil. You sign a star centre back. You say, Now let's see.
Vardy
with his injury, can you rely on him?
Lodge.
That's what I'm saying. You've got 4 centre backs here. You've got 4 injury backs. Yes, you've got 4 centre backs. Who start of last year, you would have said, "Yo, we got the best core there." But you can't rely on a single one. I'm sorry, I can't. If I can't rely on availability, is the best ability.
Yeah, you're right. And Nat Phillips, should he have started today after Joe Gomez's howlers in the last 2 or 3 weeks? I would. In the preview, I said yes. Yeah.
You see, for me, in terms of where Liverpool finish, I'm gonna say 8th max. 8th max. I think.
So they're not finishing ahead of Brighton, Brentford, Fulham, these teams, no?
Well, I think Fulham, what I said, because Chelsea, Fulham, 6th, 7th, around that,
Okay, there's Tottenham, there's Newcastle.
Yeah,
bro, top 6 ain't where it used to be, man. There's teams in there. It's tough.
So I'm going to go 8th. I think, like, there's playing bad,
call it top
and there's
10.
losing 3-0 at Wolves.
Yeah.
Like, you can lose to anyone.
2 weeks after losing 3-0 at Brighton.
Yeah, anyone can go to Wolves and lose.
You just played Wolves, so you should know them well. You should know Wolves.
To lose 3-0 at Wolves is damning. So you're like, what do you need to fix to get back on the right track? A lot. That's the first step. So that's why I don't think it's going to be outside.
You could have said this at Brighton, though.
Could have been. But it's the same thing.
Second time.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't see them finishing higher than 8th as it stands. In terms of whether Klopp can rebuild this side, I think there's literally one question that needs to be answered. Will FSG be the owners going forward? If FSG are the owners going forward, Klopp cannot rebuild this side.
Bro, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
No.
I'm not doing that.
Full time.
No.
FSG have helped you build this. They've given you Nunes. They've given you Virgil. They've given you Naby. They've given you all these pieces.
Where I'm coming from. I'm not blaming FSG. Even though FSG, I'm not saying Klopp is excused. Let me finish my statement.
Okay. Sorry.
If they don't get new owners, Klopp will not be able to rebuild this side because he is not willing to change his style of play. And I said this to you when we did the live show, the deadline day show. The way that he wants the Liverpool team to play, this current team cannot play this way, and it will take massive investment to change many players
so you can play that way.
Yeah,
exactly.
So unless you get that massive investment...
By the way, as football evolves, Klopp needs to show that he can evolve as well and play different ways. That's how you stay relevant. Do you know what I'm saying?
Unless he gets massive investment to get the players so he can play this way, or he changes the way he's going to play, which he's not going to do, this team will never be what it was. So for me, the answer is FSG here in the summer? If FSG are in here in the summer going forward, he cannot rebuild this team to what it was. Maybe they can get fourth one season, whatever, but they won't be title challengers. They won't be challenging for top four, challenging for the Champions League. If they get new owners, then without a shadow of a doubt, Klopp is more than good enough to get this team, get this club, should I say, rather than the team in terms of the players, get this club back on track. For me, that's where the answer is.
Let me go through full time as well. We'll get a score update on the graphic on Brentford as well. They're 3-0. That game's over. Brentford 3, Southampton 0 full time. Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 1. Still going on at Old Trafford. I think it was something like 6 or 7 minutes added on. Aston Villa 2, Leicester 4 full time. Full time at the Amex Stadium as well. Brighton 1, Bournemouth 0. And full time at Molineux, Wolves 3, Liverpool 0. So just one game we're still waiting on a result from, and that is the game obviously at Old Trafford. Casemiro sent off, down to 10 men. Crystal Palace looking for a late equaliser. Will they be able to get it?
There's about a minute and a half left.
Sabitza's
come on. I'm not sure who came off for him. Probably one of the forwards, but he came on after Casemiro's
debut and give him 3 minutes, man.
No. He came on. He came on at least about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because obviously after the red card.
Yeah. Big win for Brentford, I have to say, because they're keeping consistent with where they are. And these type of teams here, there's no reason why they can't say we want European football next year. Whether that be Conference League, Europa League, whatever, they're hanging in there, and they're not even hanging in there. They're doing it in style. 3-0 that's a really good result.
The most about Brentford is the second season syndrome. We always say with Sheffield, we've had it with other teams. It's always tough.
How am I getting screenshots?
I think teams adapt to how you play. Teams also start to figure out how to break you down in a sense. And I think Brentford, they've just seemed to continually keep adapting. I think last year when they brought in Eriksen mid-season, I thought stroke of genius. And then in the summer again when they lost him, I thought, oh, okay, they signed Damsgaard. They've signed a few decent players, Christopher Ayer at the back. But yeah, I think their recruitment, the coaching, obviously I think they're going to miss Tony for a little while as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he played today. I don't know what's happening with that. I don't know what's
going. It's a long investigation.
I think it's going to...
Well, as long as he's there, make the most of it. But I truly even think Brentford are at a point where it's not fully relying on him. I think Mbeumo and Wissa can carry them for a little while, if that makes sense.
Depending on what the aspirations are. If it's for European football, I think maybe
for them, in my opinion,
top 10.
For the first 3 seasons, just ensure your Premier League status. That's all you should do. Whether you finish 16th or 9th, it makes no difference in reality, in my eyes anyway. But just survive relegation.
Players, it could mean a difference though.
Attractive players, I think when you're in the Premier League, you can offer the money you can.
True. I mean, we're seeing literally Bournemouth go up against AC Milan.
AC Milan. What? Listen, that is ludicrous. Man, I seeing black and red stripes and
they don't care which club.
Bro, the Premier Super League is mad at the moment. So as long as you're playing in the Premier League, I think players will always want to come.
Just before we go, I know I asked you the question about Liverpool. I mean, where will they finish? 8th or 9th? Is Klopp the man to be the face of the rebuild? Again, it depends on what owners I had. I really like the points that Neek's made there around if he gets the investment, because he isn't going to change the style of play, we know that, but if he gets the money to get better players to play the way he wants to play, then we could see an improvement. But right now, in terms of the ownership and what's gone on there, we don't know. As fans, we actually don't know anymore. There was rumours a few weeks ago that Salah was meeting the QIA guy who owns PSG as well. Maybe we were talking about him speaking to the owner, potential new owner, about the club, but no, it looks like he could now be going to PSG. And I do think Liverpool, under this current ownership, do sell a Van Dijk or a Salah this season. I do think they do it, which again would just be, I mean, that's the off the pitch problems, but then on the pitch, just disgusting, disgraceful, pathetic performances week after week. And I said it on the show last week on the weekend roundup. I said it's horrible to watch Liverpool. Like, I hate watching Liverpool right now. It's disgusting. I hate using that word as well. But the level of performances, the chances that we're creating and not scoring, it all leads to a mid-table finish. If I'm really honest, maybe I am finally jumping into reality now, boys.
I've been waiting.
Maybe
for you.
I am.
I've
Here I
been
am.
expecting
5
your
stages of
arrival
grief.
for many weeks. For many weeks have I expected.
Because you're shamelessly there.
Bro, do you know what
there.
it is with me? Yeah, do you know what it is with me?
United have won, by the way, 2-1.
Do you know what it is with me? I'm just enjoying the season now.
Nothing
I'm
to
just
enjoy.
like, bro,
Nothing to enjoy.
What would your advice be to me then?
like, bro, do you know what it is?
What
Yeah,
shall I do now?
just kind of
'Cause
just.
every Monday when I see you,
Yeah.
you and I both know what's coming for me. So
Yeah.
how do I?
I think right now what you got to do is you got to accept reality. Then the second thing you got to do is kind of pretend that you're in a movie and that this is.
What movie?
Just pick the most dramatic one you can find.
Titanic.
Yeah, Titanic. Literally sinking ship. Perfect. And it's like, bro, just enjoy
Gave the
the
perfect
chaos. Enjoy the carnage. I said it last week. As much as I'm angry for the Fulham result and I'm angry that, you know, that everybody keeps coming to me to laugh at me and troll me, at the same time I'm like, do you know what? Brighton, Brentford and Fulham, have your fun. It's nice to see that 3 well-organised clubs that have done their recruitment in certain ways, whatever, have you will, are now flourishing. I'm sure it's not something that I'm going to see every year. I'm firm this. I'm going to handle this. And we're gonna let it happen. There's so much drama. I mean, there's so much drama. How can you not be entertained? Like, it's the Premier League. Even if your team is being affected, I know that we're gonna be back one day. I don't know when, but you know, we're not tomorrow. Maybe 2 months, 3 months. Yeah. I don't know. But football. This is football. Do you know what I mean? This is football heritage. At the end of the day, you have to accept it. You have to deal with it, and just be entertained, man. It's entertaining. I can't lie. It's very entertaining.
For you,
Very entertaining.
yeah, for sure. No, there you go. Awful performance from Liverpool, easily the worst of the teams that we've seen play today.